Hello, my name is Thor and I'm a photographer, and I wanted to give you a handful of brief tips about how to cull your photographs. First thing, before you ever put your photographs into the computer after a shoot, you can cull during your shoot. When you're shooting, you can think about what the end product is going to be. So if you end up shooting 178 photographs, you're going to end up having to look at 178 photographs. If you're able to be a little bit more discretionary when you're firing off that shutter, it may save you some time at the end of the day. That's my first tip. The second tip is sometimes you're going to be having to choose between what's good, what's better, and what's best. So here's an example where we have 4 photographs and they're all pretty good. Here you see the dad starting to look at the newborn's foot. Here he's checking the size comparison. A little bit out of focus in this image with the dad's face, but the same idea with the hand. And then it concludes with this continued investigation of his newborn. Of these images, they're all pretty good, but there's only one that's the best, and that's this one. Here it captures the moment the best because he's comparing the size of his hand to the foot, and he's in focus here. It has all the elements that I wanted in the image, so I picked that one. Tip number 3, always include before you exclude. When you're going through your pictures, rather than deciding which ones not to give, try and decide which ones you do want to give. So, for example, if we look at these 4 images, which one would you give? I would give this one. Look at that face. So, tip number 4, what tells the story? Once you go through all your images and you have a good idea of the best images, you can go through again if you need to go into more depth or get rid of more pictures or have a target number of images you want to deliver by thinking about what images tell the story best. So for this particular shoot, I'm going to do that very quickly here. Remember, I've already gone through some of these photos and I've already become familiar with them, so I'll be able to do it relatively quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'll skip that one, 8, and 9, and we'll do one more for good measure, 10. So there you have 10 images that summarize the shoot the best. Now, obviously I did that pretty quickly, but you've already been through the pictures one time, and so you're familiar with what the pictures look like. At this point, I haven't edited the pictures. This is just picking the better and the best pictures from the bunch. Tip number 5, culling your images is a recursive process. So one day I might think, hey, these are all 4-star pictures. But when I sleep on it, I might decide, well, that one's not as good as I expected. So I might go back to my original photos, look at them again, and reconsider. You don't want to do that too much because that just creates more indecisiveness. But to do it every now and again, it's a good idea. It'll make sure that you don't miss something that you wanted to include, or leave out something that, or include something that you didn't want to include. Anyway, I hope these 5 tips help you with your culling process so that you can efficiently give your clients your best product.